for the NASCAR Xfinity Series from Texas Motor Speedway. They haven't been on the track for 2 weeks, but Kansas was crazy the last time they were on track. It looks as though the engine has expired.
I thought that was it for our playoff opportunity.
Plug wire off.
Daniel Suarez riding around up there, and all of a sudden they heard a thump.
Something is wrong with this thing.
3 of our chase contenders are in one wreck.
People ask what wild card race is in the next 3. Here you go.
Bubba Wallace is torn to pieces.
Your good days have to be good, but your bad days have to be even better. And today was a day that we made the most of a really bad day.
I'm kicking that little punk. Brendan Gaughan gets third.
You've got 17 points now to make up.
Wow, I didn't know we were 17. That's killer.
Another chaser comes to grief at Kansas. Second season, 42.
We just can't have another day like that. You can't afford it in this round.
And so how did the first race in the round of 8 affect the Xfinity Series? Here are the 8 drivers separated by 30 points. You've got Elliott Sadler 12 points above the cut line, and Darrell Wallace Jr. 18 points below that cut line. So it was a crazy race at Kansas, and once again, a win and you advance to the championship 4. In this race, there will be a handful of Cup drivers that potentially could steal that win and that free pass to the championship 4 away from an Eric Jones or a potential winner of this race that would advance them into the championship 4. Austin Dillon, Matt Benedetto, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, and Kevin Harvick all racing in the Xfinity Series race tomorrow afternoon, as teams starting to make their way out onto the track. Track opening right away. Eric Jones making his way onto pit road, and now they begin to roll off pit road onto the track. The 7, Justin Allgaier, is going to have to wait. He has a timed penalty that he will stay on pit road. That was from inspection last week. Last time they were on the racetrack, or last race they were at, as we see the one of Elliott Sadler coming out onto the track now. Elliott's best position after leaving Kansas with a 2nd place finish.
It's like a new man driving this one car with the emotional roller coaster of his season. At one point, One Main Financial says, you know what? We're going to get out of the sport. It's been a great run, but it's time for us to do something different. Perhaps at that time, the rumors were that Elliott Sadler might not be back in an Xfinity car. His ties to that sponsor run deep. And then in a matter of weeks, the sponsor decides they're back in. He goes to victory lane at Darlington. I mean, the emotional roller coaster for Elliott Sadler has been amazing all year long.
Already hard hit for the 11. That's Blake Cook.
Wow, that car has hit very hard.
Cook.
Nothing road like just past center and one straight in the wall.
Wow. 3rd, he is one of the chase drivers trying to advance into the championship 4.
And you have to wonder, we saw practice, we saw him right off the bat taking the green flag. Wrecked, had to go to the backup car. That's a Cup team with a lot of resources. You have to wonder with Blake Cook, he's sitting there 3rd in points. You have to wonder the quality of the backup car. What do they have in the trailer? What can they pull out? Is it a car that's as good as this car? These Xfinity teams don't have the resources that a Cup team has. This car is obviously destroyed. Big impact.
Let's look back at what happened and the contact with the wall that he had.
He's on the bottom of the racetrack and everything looks normal. And yeah, you see it look like, I don't know if it was on the ground or what it was, but you saw something coming out from underneath it.
Yep, sparks flying as he went straight up into the wall coming out of turn 2.
You hope he's okay. That's a big hit. He's driving the car back, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt you or affect you. Huge impact.
And he said just past the center of the turn, something happened and right up into the wall. Marty.
Yeah, we briefly heard Blake say something broke inside the race car, so trying to get it back to the garage area right now. I spent some time with Chris Rice earlier this week, and they put a ton ton of effort into this race car. This is not what they wanted. It was a brand new race car for this 11 team. A lot of research and development into something they felt would be better for not only here in Texas, but maybe down the road at Homestead, Miami, if they went there with a shot to win the championship as well. So they'll pull out the backup car. We'll get some notes on that. But a lot of effort went into this race car, and you see Chris Rice just shaking his head going around the race car at the front of the car. Obviously, this car that they put months into damaged barely a lap into practice.
Have a good way to start, but we'll overcome it. Have a good weekend.
Got to love the positive outlook that Blake Cook has.
Well, so the impact, obviously, you got to go to the backup car. You're going to have to spend time in, getting the backup car ready. You're eating up lap time, practice time. But the bigger picture, new car, new ideas, new thoughts. You believe it's better. You're going to learn, take that new car to Homestead. Now you're just doing what you've always done. So the opportunity to improve with the new equipment is now gone.
Blake drove the car all the way back into the garage. But as you mentioned, Jeff, a hard hit. So the medical staff may want to take a look at him and at least just chat with him a little bit before he climbs back in behind the wheel. And it was 53 minutes that we saw earlier Kyle Busch's number 18 team took to get the backup car ready. Well, that would be at the end of this practice. This is only an hour practice, and they would be out of time if they were able to get it ready.
And you see the concern of the garage here. A lot of team members from RCR here looking under the hood to try to find out what happened to this car. But the problem now, Jeff, is what's the cause and what's the effect? With such a hard impact to the wall, without a doubt, that's going to fail and destroy parts underneath the hood. So what caused the car to go up the racetrack versus what damage did the wall cause after the contact?
Yeah, see Gil Martin over there. He's heavily involved in the Xfinity Series at RCR, and he's needing to know what happened to this race car so he can share that information with all the teams in the Xfinity Series. I believe that it looks like Dr. Eric Warren. I believe that's we're looking at the back of. I'm not positive, but he oversees the competition department at RCR. Here comes Richard Childers walking into the scene. So
Cowboy Sterling, crew chief for Ryan Singh. He's also over there trying to figure it out. Wayne Otten, the black shirt there, is the series director for the Xfinity Series, and he's right there, front and center.
This is obviously something that everybody at RCR was involved with, and they want to know what happened.
Big hit, first lap on the track for Blake Cook.